Good afternoon, I'm Dwayne Carpenter, Sports Information Director here at West Virginia Wesleyan College, and joining me for this Coach's Corner is head men's soccer coach Gavin Donaldson. Gavin, thanks for being here.
Thanks, Dwayne. Appreciate it.
I know you guys have been really busy. We're going to go back 2 weekends ago. You had your all-year soccer reunion. You had over 100 people come back for it, and their spouses and families, so there's a large gathering here on campus. Tell me how the weekend went.
Weekend was a huge success. I think the best way to judge it is just by the comments that all of the alums made about how happy they were, that the event was just even scheduled and planned so that they could get back together with players that some hadn't been back for 25 years, ever since the '84 National Championship. So I think the number of positive comments and thank yous that the administration and the program received from the alumni says that it was a successful weekend and reunion. And I guess the only other way to judge that is that they all wanted to have another one very, very soon. So okay. I guess that means it was a success. All
right, that's great that so many people came out and had a good time. So, did any of the alumni show anything? Can they still go on the soccer field?
Unfortunately, I was cooking a lot of the hot dogs and hamburgers and chicken, so I didn't get to see any of them. I saw the aftermath.
Okay.
And I think if some of them were still able to play, they don't recover as well.
Okay.
So, but I know they all had a great time, and there were no ambulance calls, so
okay.
I think that is a positive.
Okay. Now, during the weekend, you also played AB. How did that go?
Not as well as the alumni's game.
Okay.
AB is a good team, but I'm not sure that we were really fully prepared for that. I don't know if the guy's focus was off, but
right.
I'm not sure we played very well in that one. It wasn't one of our better showings. Having said that, we didn't want to win because 3 of our alums were playing with AB that day, and that just wouldn't have been right. So.
Right. Now, you've also had scrimmages with West Virginia University Tech, and as we know, Joe Durini was named the head coach at West Virginia University Tech, so congratulations to him. It's always nice to see the former alumni do well in the coaching ranks. So how did that scrimmage go? And was it a lot of fun competing against one of your former players?
It was. And certainly Joe's got a talented group of players down there at Tech that he inherited. It was a much better game for us from the standpoint that I think we came out a lot sharper, a little bit more focused. Certainly they're a very good team. Talented 4 or 5 Jamaican players that are very, very skilled, and certainly you can see it played the game at a little bit higher level in their past. But it was a much better performance for us. I was more pleased with what we did. We actually scored a couple goals, which is always key to anything.
Right.
But I just think our overall play was a little bit more inspired and had more purpose to it than the weekend before.
Right.
It seemed as though the weekend before we were caught up in the alumni reunion. Our players were a little bit and didn't really focus. But certainly the game against Tech, very different story.
Okay, then you wrapped up your spring season by going up to W&J, Washington, and Jefferson.
Yep, W&J was our last date that we were allowed, and we played in a round robin up there with 3 Division III schools. Frostburg and Waynesburg and then St. Vincent, and we did get all 3 games in before the storms hit, and pleased to say again we improved upon the day before, shut out all 3 teams, won all 3 games, and walked home a pretty happy bunch of guys, and again that gave me the final indication before I lose these guys for the summer of what I think I have coming back with this group of players, and I think with what I have coming back, we've got a good foundation. Certainly it was a big recruiting year for us because we lost so many good seniors. So we're going to see a lot of new faces probably make an impact next year from this recruiting class, but certainly the returning guys have at least shown me where they've gotten to from January.
Okay. I know going into spring practice you were pretty banged up going in, but you came out okay in that regard.
Actually still ended up banged up. We still had 3 guys that couldn't play all spring. So I didn't get a chance to evaluate them. 3 of them were starters in the fall, so we were still a bit short. But again, silver lining in it, some of the players that don't get to see as much time were able to show me where they stood at that point. And so there's always something you can take from it.
Okay.
It's just I'm still not sure where some of these better players are going to be because we won't see them fully healthy until next preseason.
Okay. Of course, August will be here before you know it, and we'll be starting another soccer season. I want to thank you for all your time and effort this year for our Coach's Corners. Congratulations on a great spring, and that'll wrap us up for this year, so we'll catch up to you again in August.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Dwayne.
Thanks, Coach.